Welcome to the hottest movie review on the internet today, the A-List Review. I am your host, the Game Changer, Wes Troop, and it's time to go back to the theater. And Dakota Johnson enters the Sonyverse. How bad could it be, right? My review of the 2024 action superhero film, Madam Web, coming up now. Set in 2003, Cassandra Webb is a New York metropolis paramedic who, after a near-death experience, begins to demonstrate signs of clairvoyance. Forced to challenge revelations about her past, she needs to protect three young women, Julia, Anya, and Maddie, from a deadly adversary, Ezekiel Sims, who's connected to Cassie's past and is seeking to destroy them. So what did I think of Madam Web? I thought it's a ghastly superhero film. It's directed by S.J. Clarkson in her feature directorial debut, and she also co-wrote the film with writers from such hits as Gods of Egypt, The Last Witch Hunter, and of course, Morbius. Projects that AI would have written better than these writers. When I saw the first trailer for this, I thought it looked awful, but I didn't know how much it would deliver the awfulness in spades. It's another entry in Sony's Spider-Man spin-off universe, or as it's been coined, the Sonyverse, which pretty much only exists for the studio to keep the rights to the Spider-Man characters, and after this entry, I have zero faith in the upcoming Kraven the Hunter. The fact it takes place in 2003 lets it fit in with the superhero films of that time, such as Daredevil, Elektra, and Halle Berry's Catwoman. Every single person involved in the film feels like they're phoning it in and are forced to be there with zero effort. I give star Dakota Johnson credit for firing her agency over this, so good on her for that. As far as the action goes, almost all of it is in Webb's premonitions of what will happen in the future and isn't actually happening, like seeing Sims attacking the girls on the subway train. Anything else, like a handful of car chases, are very generic as well, with some bad CGI and green screen effects to boot. The final battle basically makes product placement one of the main characters, as it takes place right under a huge Pepsi-Cola sign that made me want to drink a Coke instead. This is a script that should have been thrown into the fireplace instead of being greenlit, and I feel like a 6-year-old playing with action figures could have come up with better ideas. The writing is atrocious, with dialogue that makes the characters walking, talking exposition dumps and barely makes them sound human. Of course, some Spider-Man lore is shoehorned in and is eye-rollingly lame. I also didn't care about any of these characters, and they're more like a one-note, annoying cardboard cutout than actual characters, with no chemistry between them, and I can see why their parents don't like them. Seeing the gang in the superhero outfits is a bit of a bait and switch, too, as we only see them in the quick flash forwards for about the duration you see in the trailer. We never find out how the girls will get their powers, and we probably never will. To be fair, when they do show Madam Web's powers, they look terrible. The villain, who I thought was YouTuber Jeremy Johns at first, is the blandest of bland, and has bad ADR effects and dubbing that makes it look like he's not even saying his lines. The best part of the whole film is the end credits, because of the Cranberries song's Dreams, but most importantly, because the nightmare is over. The cast stars Dakota Johnson as Cassandra Cassie Webb / Madam Webb, the paramedic who develops psychic abilities as a clairvoyant, allowing her to see future events in the quote-unquote spider world. Sydney Sweeney as Julia Cornwall, the awkward teenage girl living with her father and stepfamily. Isabella Merced as Anya Corazon, the teenage girl forced to live alone after her father's deportation. Celeste O'Connor as Maddie Franklin, the teen with a wealthy family but absent parents. Tahar Rahim as Ezekiel Sims, the man who betrayed Cassie's mom, who gained abilities allowing him to see that he dies in the future due to the three teenagers and wants to change his fate, as well as supporting turns from Adam Scott and Emma Roberts. Madam Web is easily one of the worst superhero films I've ever seen, and I would rather have a prostate exam than sit through this again. Number-wise, I'm going to give it a 1 out of 10, which gives it the A-list rating of Madam Web. I only got 2 words for you. Suck it. Alright, well that's the show. I'll be back with another review very soon. But until then, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe right here on YouTube. YouTube.com/WestsideOf515. Like the show on Facebook, Facebook.com/WestTroopaList. And of course, you can follow me on the Instagram and Letterboxd @WesAList. Until next time, Troop out.